We hear a lot about emergency service response times, but cutting-edge location data is being used by the Ordnance Survey in Southampton to help them get to us more quickly. The OS has a history dating back more than 200 years. This Ordnance Survey map dates from 1801 and shows Kent. Even back then, the attention to detail was remarkable. The technology today allows even more detail, and it includes nicknames for places which have been hard for emergency services to find. Today's launch brought together those on the front line and the Princess Royal, and Jana Gadgil joined them.
A royal visit to the headquarters of Ordnance Survey in Southampton, looking at the innovative ways the country is now mapped and how that helps emergency services.
So what we do for all of these organisations is provide that data, where everything is, what it's called, what it's there to do, in order that they can then plan their operations. The fire service know how tall the building is, so which tender therefore goes out and so forth. So it's kind of one of those invisible things that makes up the very fabric of our society.
Mapping data has played a critical role in recent events in the south. After December's landslip at Ventnor on the Isle of Wight, using drone technology, the new terrain was mapped out and online within 3 days.
It took out lots of gardens, it took out a car park with a couple of cars in it on a cafe. People had to be evacuated, they had to shut off water and gas, so we needed to react quickly and update our mapping.
For fire and rescue services, the location data helps fight wildfires, deal with floods and water supply problems, like last month's disruption in Winchester.
We can identify vulnerable people, we can give them a data set of postcodes and they can map those for us and identify areas that we need to concentrate if we're looking at evacuating or supporting our local communities.
The ambulance service can get to more places more quickly, taking access into account.
In the New Forest, there's lots of gates, there's lots of fences, there's lots of private access. Where we thought we could get through and we were given the information from the caller of how they walked in there, it's not necessarily the best vehicle access. So where we've turned up and found their access, we've then had to travel miles in an opposite direction to find a better access for our vehicles.
Ordnance Survey is about to launch a new emergency services gazetteer which contains more than 1.3 million features, including places that might not have a formal name. And it's hoped that every day more and more places will be added and it will continue to grow.
The incidents that we attend don't necessarily happen in nice, neat postal addresses with a postcode that we can tap into the computer. Oftentimes our casualties are on the cliffs, the beaches around the UK, and maybe sometimes the casualty doesn't even know exactly where they are, and we need to do a little bit of detective work to understand exactly where they are.
Princess Anne left her name in the visitors' book at an institution that's been going since 1791 that's mapping out the future. And Jana Gadgil, BBC South Today.